Mail call. It's Schnozzolamail.
It's the mailman, a nice man. His squeaky shoes bring you good news. Everything is better everywhere. Rain or shine, he always wears a great...
All right, Schnozzolamail. Here we go. So this package arrived international shipping. It had all the FedEx information here, but it didn't immediately appear to say who it was from or what was inside. I have a pretty good idea of what is inside here, but I do have a few other things coming in the mail, so it's possible that this could be one of those other things and not the thing that I think that it is. But let's crack this open. I got my deadly knife here. I'll try not to cut the book, and keep in mind that I've been known to severely injure myself on knives like this, these X-Acto knives. About a year ago, I sliced open the palm of my hand and had to spend about 12 hours in the ER, and they did a real butcher job on the stitches, and it still hurts sometimes. Some mornings it's still a little stiff, so try not to hurt myself. I tend to slice myself open about every 8 years, so I'm probably safe for another 7. But, you get cocky and you get cut. What can I say? Oh boy, there she is. This is exactly what I thought it would be. Okay, let's see. Is there any note? Aha! Clover Press. Kyle, I hope this package finds you well. I'm sending you a copy of Craig Yoe's Man and Woman Plus on behalf of Craig and myself. I don't think I need to blur this out. I think this is just their proper business address. We are hoping you find the book interesting and enter enough to review and share. I'm guessing this is supposed to be entertainment or possibly enterprising. I don't know. If you need any additional information or graphics, please contact me at cloverpress.us. Maybe I'll block that out. I don't know if he wants that email out there. Have a happy holiday season and a great New Year's. Yeah, so what do we got here? Oh, this is like a press release for the book included. Okie dokie. So this is my review copy of Craig Yoe of Yoe Books, brand new graphic novel, I guess we'll say, from Clover Press. And I'm very excited to flick through this. This is actually the first time I've received a hardcover book from a fellow cartoonist for review purposes. I have received, zines, and I've gotten some other kinds of comics and stuff that were just kind of, check these out, but I didn't have a review show at the time. But never a proper hardcover book like this with nice print quality. This is pretty sweet, I gotta say. Let's give this a super quick flick through here. Ooh, oh boy, this looks good. Okie dokie, here we go. So this is Craig Yoe's Man and Woman Plus graphic novel. Let's take a little bit deeper dive here. I haven't seen this before. I've only seen segments on Facebook. I think it's somewhat pantomime. Like there'll be some like words and sounds, but not dialogue. Here we go. Blow your mind. Read a comic book. Good advice. And I like these end pages here. Oh, and something we're probably going to see is there's probably going to be a lot of subliminal, maybe even liminal sexual imagery in here, but I think it's going to be pretty cartoony and surreal, so hopefully I won't need to censor anything. Like I said, this is going to be kind of surreal and cosmic. Speaking of surreal, Nav Schmaz Kapop. That was a line from a surreal comic, The Squirrel Cage by Gene Ahern. That had the character, the little hitchhiker, who was a big inspiration on R. Crumb in creating Mr. Natural. Nav Schmaz Kapap. First impressions. So obviously this is very much inspired by like the psychedelic underground comics of the 60s and 70s, Crumb's sort of non sequitur comics, like All Meat comics or Cubist Bebop comics comes to mind. But I think there's also a little bit of like the really psychedelic artists like Rick Griffin, who Craig Yoe actually commissioned to do that Rock of Ages poster in the early 70s. You got Minnie Mouse here. She's got devil horns, though. She's kind of becoming a devil girl. Ooh, it's got the red bookmark ribbon. I love when a book has this. It's a mark of class. Something like this up here, this landscape becoming a butt. This is very much like an R. Crumb thing. And down here we have some more. This is like almost like a Bugs Bunny type character. This sort of like, archetypical cartoon rabbit. I like how he's using these kind of fragments of pop culture, just kind of peppered throughout here. It kind of gives a feel of like an acid trip and the visual culture that's floating around your brain. This is very interesting. He's just kind of following psychic trails in this very kind of spontaneous way, but with the sort of comic page as almost like a motif. There's even some collage elements here. That's neat. Yeah, I do wonder if this is telling a story or if this is just kind of like regurgitating, psychic sins on the page in a kind of therapeutic way or something. Either way. We've got Nancy here. Look, here's Big Boy. I'm pretty sure Craig Yoe's production company handled Big Boy magazine that you would get at the restaurant in the 90s. I used to read that as a kid. I would recommend this to anyone who's really into like underground comics or psychedelic art. Like you wouldn't need to be into comics in order to enjoy this. But if you do enjoy comic artists that are more cosmic or cerebral, like Jim Woodring or someone like that, this is clearly the book for you. This is almost like something out of a 17th century alchemical engraving. So the holiday season's coming up. If you've got anyone who likes to take acid and look at weird stuff, this is the book for them. And, it's refreshingly sexual, which I always appreciate. So buy the book. We got an Alfred E. Newman here. Yo Books actually put out a book about Mad Magazine clones in the 50s and 60s called Behaving Madly. That's worth checking out. And this is taken from some Jungle Girl comic. I think this scene is actually in Jungle Girls, which is a Yo Books publication, which we actually reviewed on Pickin' and Flickin' in the Nostril Zone. So check that out. So maybe I'll cut to a graphic telling you where you can get this book, and I'll drop in the sound bite later. You can actually purchase this book from cloverpress.us, but you can also get it at regular bookstores and Amazon and comic shops. So buy the book. Buy the book. This is actually a really nicely produced book. If you see here, the figures on the cover are gloss, but the background is matte. So you get some nice interplay there, and it feels nice to touch. It has some sort of texture there. If we look on the end there, this is actually a really nice sized book. You've got the Yo Books eyeball there. This is the Clover Press logo. And this pencil that's like a spine, that's also the spine of the book. This is a book that you'll enjoy on the shelf and off. All right, so I'm super happy that this arrived. It's awesome to get a promotional copy of such a cool book. And I was worried that it wasn't going to arrive soon because of the whole Canada Post strike, but I managed to get it. And, it's neat because I'm a big fan of Yoe books, probably got a half dozen or more on my shelf, and they're mostly collections of older Golden Age comics and stuff like that. But it's really cool to see Craig Yoe's own work, which apparently is awesome. So thanks, Craig. Thanks, Robbie over at Clover Press. I'm actually going to be doing an interview with Craig Yoe, hopefully in the next couple days, and I'll try to get that interview out to you as soon as possible. So thanks again. Buy the book. Check out the interview on Nostril Zone AM later this week, and keep sending your comics and books in the mail for me to check out. See you later, Nostril Heads.
It's the mailman, the mailman. Someone wrote another note. There's a letter in your box today.